For 12 straight hours, British and American aircraft flew near Russia's western borders, calm, deliberate, and closely monitored by all sides. This wasn't a routine training flight. According to NATO and the UK Ministry of Defence, it was a coordinated surveillance mission carried out under the alliance's Eastern Sentry air policing framework. Earlier this month, the Royal Air Force, the United States Air Force, and several NATO partners conducted one of their longest joint patrols since the start of Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine. The aircraft operated along NATO's eastern flank from the Baltic Sea to the skies above Poland and near the edge of Belarus as part of an ongoing effort to deter airspace violations and strengthen regional monitoring. According to the UK Ministry of Defence, the operation was defensive in nature and entirely within international airspace. It formed part of NATO's regular air policing schedule, aimed at maintaining situational awareness and readiness along Allied borders. The mission began early in the morning. RAF reconnaissance aircraft departed from bases in the United Kingdom and mainland Europe, supported by US Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker refueling planes and NATO's E-3 AWACS Sentry surveillance aircraft. Working together, they created an extended aerial network that gathered radar and communications data while coordinating through NATO command centers. Civilian tracking platforms such as Flight Radar 24 recorded their flight paths, showing deliberate orbits close to, but never inside, Russian or Belarusian airspace. NATO officials described the operation as a coordinated and sustained patrol, emphasizing that it was a defensive demonstration of alliance cooperation rather than a provocation. Reports from BBC Defense Desk and Euronews noted that the patrol followed several recent incidents in which unidentified drones were detected approaching NATO territory over Poland, Lithuania, and the Baltic region. NATO characterized the extended patrol as a measured step to reinforce deterrence and to discourage further airspace incursions. For the United Kingdom, the patrol also highlighted its leadership role in collective air defense. The Royal Air Force coordinated much of the intelligence and surveillance work. RAF Typhoon fighters were on standby for any required intercepts, while RC-135 Rivet Joint aircraft collected electronic signals to help build a clearer picture of regional activity. The UK Ministry of Defence has confirmed that the Eastern Sentry rotation has been extended through 2025. RAF units currently operate from several forward bases in Europe, including Poland and Romania, giving them faster response capability. In an October 2025 briefing, Defense Secretary John Healey stated that these patrols help deter further testing of the alliance and ensure NATO's eastern skies remain secure. Since 2022, RAF aircraft have accumulated thousands of operational flight hours across Eastern Europe. Britain now contributes some of NATO's most capable surveillance and electronic intelligence systems, reinforcing the alliance's situational awareness along its eastern frontier. The October patrol took place amid an increase in Russian drone and aircraft activity close to NATO borders. Reuters and Politico Europe reported that some drones were tracked by Polish defense radars in late September. Those reports prompted additional air policing measures, though no airspace violations were officially confirmed by NATO. Analysts at the Institute for the Study of War described the 12-hour mission as both deterrence and readiness testing. Deterrence because it demonstrated continuous monitoring, readiness because it allowed NATO to evaluate coordination, refueling endurance, and electronic warfare integration under extended conditions. Operations of this scale are technically complex. The RC-135 Rivet Joint aircraft can detect and classify radar signals from hundreds of kilometers away, transmitting data to NATO's command network. The KC-135 Stratotanker keeps fighters and reconnaissance planes airborne for long durations through mid-air refueling, while the E-3 AWACS Sentry provides a 360-degree radar picture across a radius of roughly 1,000 kilometers. Defense analysts writing for Air and Space Forces magazine note that intelligence gathered from such missions feeds directly into NATO's regional air defense planning. Every maneuver remained within international boundaries and under strict rules of engagement, a point confirmed by NATO's Allied Air Command in Ramstein, Germany. What differentiates this patrol from previous ones is its integration of new technology and its focus on coordination. The United Kingdom now co-leads NATO's Drone Capability Coalition, an initiative designed to counter drone and missile threats through advanced sensors sensors, and artificial intelligence analysis. According to NATO's 2025 Defense Review, Britain has committed more than £600 million to improving drone detection and electronic reconnaissance systems across the alliance's eastern corridor. These upgrades are part of a broader modernization effort that links manned aircraft, drones, and ground-based sensors into a shared surveillance network. Officials describe this as an evolution of NATO's deterrence posture, using information dominance and interoperability to prevent misunderstandings or escalation. This mission also reflects a shift in the United Kingdom's defense priorities. Once focused mainly on expeditionary operations abroad, Britain is now emphasizing its role in Europe's frontline air and intelligence architecture. The RAF's leadership in long-endurance patrols positions it as a central coordinator for regional surveillance data shared among allies. Joint patrols like the October flight demonstrate how NATO's systems now operate in real time. A British aircraft can detect a radar signal, pass it to an American AWACS, and within seconds alert Polish or Finnish air defenses. That seamless exchange was once theoretical. It is now a routine feature of alliance operations. For NATO's newer members, Finland and Sweden, such coordination offers concrete reassurance. Their airspace is covered by an interconnected defense network rather than isolated national systems. For Russia, analysts say it underscores the scale of NATO's surveillance capabilities along its western border. Every mission of this kind carries some risk. Russian Air Force jets, often Su-27s or MiG-31s, typically shadow Allied aircraft operating near their borders. Most encounters are professional and short-lived, but there have been close calls. In 2022, a Russian fighter accidentally discharged a missile near an RAF Rivet Joint over the Black Sea. The UK Ministry of Defense confirmed the incident, clarifying that it was a malfunction and caused no casualties. To minimize risks, NATO and Russia maintain deconfliction lines, emergency communication channels that remain active even during periods of political tension. Both sides acknowledge that such procedures are essential to prevent miscalculations. Defense experts cited by Reuters and Sky News stress that operations like the October Patrol are planned in detail, comply with international law, and are continually monitored by multiple command centers to ensure safety. According to NATO officials, the purpose of the mission was reassurance and deterrence. Reassurance for member states that their borders are protected, and deterrence to signal that Allied airspace is constantly observed. For analysts at the Royal United Services Institute, the patrol illustrates how deterrence in the modern era relies less on confrontation and more on transparency and coordination. The visible presence of Allied aircraft serves as a reminder that the alliance's surveillance systems are active and interconnected. In practical terms, this 12-hour operation demonstrated NATO's ability to sustain multinational air patrols, share intelligence instantly, and manage complex logistics without escalating tensions. The RAF-led mission, conducted entirely within lawful international airspace, was a clear example of NATO's ongoing commitment to stability and defense preparedness in Europe. As one RUSI analyst observed, effective deterrence today depends on visibility, communication, and endurance, not on aggression. The Cold War may be history, but Europe's skies remain a critical space for transparency, coordination, and deterrence. Britain's participation shows how its role within NATO has become central to these efforts, using technology, endurance, and partnership to maintain collective security. In the words of one NATO Air Command spokesperson, continuous presence helps keep the peace. And that, ultimately, is what this 12-hour mission represented. Not confrontation, but vigilance, a demonstration of Allied cooperation in the interest of stability and peace.